It's a very personal moment in a transpersonal cosmos. So it gives meaning to individuation. And why individuation might be necessary.
Morning, Will. Welcome to
Yeah.
Craig's birthday.
Oh, hey.
Oh, good morning, Will.
Hey, good morning, Allison. Morning, Craig. Morning, Jesse.
Morning, Will.
So is today the first day of the rest of your life, Craig?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Are you alive today?
yeah. We were just reviewing this. Yeah, oh yeah. We're just reviewing the
Yes.
signs in the sky. And I'm looking if you peek outside, you'll be able to see this because you're in BC. But because it's still dark there, right? If you look in the western sky, there's the moon, and just below it is Jupiter. And they've been following each other through the sky all night. In fact, they crossed each other in the middle of the night. So there's going to be an amazing full moon set that's coming up pretty quick.
Ooh.
And yeah, and if you look to the south and you kind of follow across where the moon is. So if you point up and left, looking south, you point up and left and up and right at the moon, and then point up and left. What you're pointing at up and left will be Venus. And the brightest star in between the two is Saturn, I believe.
Wow, so there's a whole lot of planets that are in the kind of a
Yeah, that you can actually see
close.
today.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Maybe let's go to the window and go have a look. I'll be back in a minute or so.
Yeah.
Facilitating presence.
Yeah. Yeah. I noticed that in the chat, Jesse.
What did I miss?
Yeah. We're just picking up a theme that Jesse introduced, facilitating presence.
That was his
Isn't
contributions.
that interesting? I'm going to share the three ways of being that I'm choosing to show up in today. And it's pretty cool because, yeah, one of them is present, like being present.
Yeah.
was absolutely spectacular this morning, Greg. And yeah, you could see Jupiter below it. So peaceful out there right now.
Yeah, I just see Venus too. Really, really
did-
bright in the east sky.
Okay,
Yeah, but it'll be
I'm in the
out for a
house.
while.
I went to the west side of the house, and yeah, I took in the moon. Just so bright
Yeah,
right
isn't
now.
it
Wow.
something? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's lighting up everything. Yeah, it's about 99.8% right now. Maximum power.
Mm,
Yeah,
moon
so
bathing, eh?
pretty intense. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, the older I get, the more years I get of life on this planet, the more I realize how much I don't know. and,
Yeah. Yeah.
and how much we don't know as even humanity. As a collective, we have so much knowledge and information, and you know, it's all in the field,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we have access to it when we are in our heart, and we don't know what we don't know. We just there's just so much available when we open and are open to hearing it and seeing it and witnessing it.
Yeah. So much information and not a clue how significant any of it is, you know? Yeah.
What
I
does
used to take all this stuff for granted, you know?
mm, yeah, just kind of get caught up in doing rather than being.
Yeah. Yeah. Because this is what makes this significant for me today is that this is my birth sky. You know, this intermingles with where everything was when I was born. And so you start putting those two energies together and kind of exploring what that could mean and what it can literally blow your mind, you know. Because it's all very symbolic and archetypal and energetic.
Yeah, everything ultimately is.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
whether or not we're open to the experience of it, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's a really good example of being present with all that is. You know, we have no idea how many thousands of years all this stuff was put into motion. But here we are in the middle of it. And we're affected.
Kind of cut out there, Craig. So I think we missed what you had to say there after we're all in the middle of it.
Oh, yeah. We're all in the middle of it, and all of it affects us energetically, but we also affect all of it energetically.
Wow.
So yeah, so we're constantly in interaction with all that is. whether we realize it or not.
We get to interact with the field, with all that is, in the ways that we show up every day.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
get to choose that. Like, we have that
Yes.
gift.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
alive, and we can show up. We can choose our ways of being every single. Like, I'm just so grateful to know that now, that I get to choose every day to be who I choose to be, and give that gift of who I am to the world, and interact with all these other beautiful creators that are doing the same. And I get to witness their creation and have this beautiful interaction today with so many beautiful humans and animals, and witness nature and experience the joy and the beauty of it all. It's just so beautiful. Such a gift to be alive.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm hearing your indigenous heart today, Will.
Thank you. Thank you, man. Guess what? So, I went through this this training program just recently, and I had such a breakthrough. I found myself. I found who Will is. And I'm happy now. Like, remember Happy Will? Remember Happy Will?
Yeah. I love your bounce, baby.
That's who I am. That's who Will is. He is a happy, beautiful, joyful creator.
Mm.
And when I'm in my head, I get just so I experience stuckness, and I become guarded and protective of my heart, and I close my heart off. And that's who I used to be, because I was just in my head. I was in victim mode. But this program broke something loose in me, and I found myself, and I found who Will is. And I'm just like getting out of the old comfort zone of who Will thought he was. And I realize now that I'm just happy. I'm just me. I found my purpose. I found my true nature of who I am. And I am a powerful, creative, authentic leader. And it
Wow.
just feels so good to know that now, that that's who Will is. And I get to show up every day in my power now and give the gift of who I am to the world. So here I am. I'm back. Will's back. And so this program that I'm a part of, there's probably about 52 or so people enrolled in it. And we are one big team. We're part of this experience, and we're learning all about leadership, how to lead ourselves and connect with who we are, so we can ultimately lead the world
Yeah.
in
How,
our
how to
vision.
lead ourselves. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, because it all starts
That's
here,
kind of where
right?
it starts there, right? Yeah, exactly.
Oh, oh man, I just want to share it all with the world. But so this morning, one of the people on my team, like we all have teams of about 6, and one of the people on my team messages this morning in the group chat, and they share this beautiful song, and it's like a tribal type song, and it's from this Cree group from Alberta, and
Mm.
I think they're Cree youth, or I I got to do some more research on it. But she shares this song in the chat, and I'm listening to it. I'm like, holy smokes, this is like my people. This is like my First Nations heritage, and these are descendants. These are Cree descendants, and they're singing, and the beat was just so powerful, and it just connected with my heart.
Mm.
And she like shared this, and I'm like, man, there's like no mistake here. I created this. Like somehow this showed up in my reality today, and what a beautiful creation.
Yeah.
So that's how the day started off. It's just like magical. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you heard me mention, but I'm, in the energy of all this, I'm going back to Oregon.
Oh,
And yeah,
like do you
yeah.
mean you're moving back or?
Well, I'm going back. There's a whole lot of loose ends that kind of need to be tied up,
Okay.
and
Like
I'm heading
like
back.
do
But I really don't know. Like I don't have a place to go. Don't have a place to live. Don't really know anything. But I'm just following this cosmic support that is really, really obvious to me right now. And just, this is a real faith and trust action that I just feel really confident about taking. And, just anticipating miracle stuff to happen.
wow, Craig,
Yeah.
my experience of you right now is like courageous, open, loving.
Yeah.
It takes courage to do something and to follow through on something that your heart is telling you to do, your intuition, and not knowing how, not knowing where it's going to lead you, but there's a calling inside you. And when you answer that call,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm excited for you, man.
Yeah. Well, it's in a lot of ways, it's like going back into the dragon's lair. Like there was a lot of, I've been in exile from it from over a year now. And, yeah, and it's time to go back and make sure the dragon's dead, you know.
Maybe there's a treasure back there and the dragon's guarding it, and you
Oh,
just got
there
to slay the
there
dragon
definitely is.
and
Yeah,
find
there
your treasure.
definitely is. There definitely is. Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, all the gifts, all the diamonds, all that stuff is there. I know that already. And so
Do
it's
you
like, yeah,
do you
I experienced the war and I experienced the carnage, and now it's time to go back and experience the I'm trying to find the word for it. The victory, if that makes any sense.
I could feel it, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Would you it, like what I'm feeling is it was there maybe a bit of a running away from something as to why you went south?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I just couldn't take it anymore. And it wasn't really running away as much as it was um, a detachment.
A regrouping?
yeah, like a detachment from part of my life that I was so attached in that it like, I couldn't consciously break from it at the time. And what's interesting is that, here we are a year later, and I've lived for a whole year without any of that. And I'm still here, and I'm better than I've ever been. And I didn't need anything that I left behind. I mean, I had there was some grieving.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I had waves of that hit me over and over again. But truth
And
is,
it was beautiful.
yeah, this new life doesn't require any of that old stuff, apparently.
Yeah.
And that's the cool part of it, is that, yeah.
I'm so proud of you for going on your journey and allowing yourself to experience the grief, to be open to where life leads you.
Yeah.
It's admirable to witness your experience and your journey. And I see how far you've come now over this last year. And there's been a shift inside you.
Oh yeah.
There's been a
Yeah.
lot of release.
Massive.
A lot of release.
Yeah.
And like the grieving, I witnessed a lot of the grieving, and it was beautiful. Like, it was beautiful. I'm so grateful to have been able to witness bits and pieces of your journey over the last year, and to see you just go through it and find yourself again. And you're back on your path, and you had to go through that. That was just your journey. And
Yep.
it's okay.
Wee Craig is back.
Yeah. Irish.
Well, I'm Irish, but I'm borrowing that from an animator I worked with used to call me that. Wee
There's a
Craig.
story there.
Yeah.
Wee Craig is back. Or is that Scottish?
Yeah. It's more Scottish. So the way he said it, yeah. Yeah, funny. But I'll take it. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I was very fortunate to work in an industry where there was a lot of play in it. So
you get to play today.
well, yeah,
We all get to
yeah,
play
well,
today.
exactly. Well, and here's the interesting thing too. When innocence comes back, when all the other pretend adult stuff kind of gets,
Yeah.
gets put in its place.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. The rest of my life is going to be a hell of a lot of fun.
Oh man.
A lot of playing with things, and a lot of playing in the field and with other people, playing with other people, having sleepovers,
Yeah.
like that kind of stuff,
Oh
eh?
yeah.
It's
Oh, I just
all
got a
it's all
wave of
playground.
goosebumps through my body, man.
Yeah, it's all playground from here out. Yeah, yeah. So the thing is, the idea is, and I'm starting to get this vision, so thank you for this, but it's like going back into the dragon's lair and making a playground out of it.
Like nothing to fear, nothing to fear.
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
enjoy,
Yeah.
enjoy the journey. It's exciting. It's an adventure, this journey called life. And it's fun. And we can
Yeah.
make it fun, right? Like
Yeah.
when we're in our true nature,
Yeah.
when we're being our true nature.
Well, and finding out that the things that you thought were real were not real at all. But the only reason you thought they were real is because everybody else did.
Yeah.
You know,
Like,
and I did too, right? I thought all that was real. And everybody in the middle of it thought it was real.
like buying into the illusion together and generating a group illusion. It's like, that's not
Exactly.
reality.
Yeah, exactly.
We get to create it.
Yeah. 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 So by agreeing with it, it's basically I created it too, right?
Yeah, like a contract.
Yep. Yep.
We enroll in the delusional contract, and we are breaking free of that.
Yeah.
Every day we have the opportunity to break free by choosing how we show up and how we generate ways of being today and now and now and now. So stoked for you, Craig. Oh, we get to play in this sandbox together now. Yeah. Woo! Yeah. That's a little kind of metaphor that one of my friends now in this program, I got made so many new friends. She said, yeah, it's like we're children again and we're playing in this sandbox.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
it's like all the adult stuff has fallen away, and now we can just be our authentic selves and create in this experience of the field, our imagination, right? Our intuition, and create amazing structures together now. And as adults, we now have the capacity, the learnings, the understanding, knowledge, and capacity to create from the heart.
Yeah. Yeah. Because truth is, all that old reality, we created that too,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
you know?
Yeah,
And
that
we,
hurt
and we
child.
bought into it, and yeah. Well, yeah.
There was a
Yeah.
5-year-old version of me that I was walking down the street to the bus to catch the school bus to school every day, and there was this giant, like, I was just a little guy, right? I was 5, and there was this this was in Clearwater, British Columbia, by the way.
Yeah.
And there was this
I know
giant,
Clearwater.
yeah, it was
Isn't that
actually
around Cultus Lake?
Clearwater is actually kind of north of Kamloops,
Oh,
past
okay.
Barrier, past Little
Oh, okay.
Fort.
Yeah,
And
I know
we
where it
lived
is now.
just outside Clearwater in Blackpool. And I was just a little guy, right? I'd walk to the school bus, and there was this giant German Shepherd dog that would always, like, every time I walked past on the other side of the road, it would charge, barking viciously.
Yes.
And it scared the hell out of me every single day. And I generated a belief that the world is not safe. I am a victim, and anyone at any time could attack me and or kill me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I brought that belief with me, and I went into this victim mode for the rest of my life up until recently.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just carried that through my life, and I created from that lens, and no more. Like, it's now shifted. I was able to clear that finally. And now I'm
Yeah.
just in creator. I'm in my creator mode.
Yeah. That's interesting because the primary one that I've been dealing with was around authority figures. So what it kind of was that I was inviting abuse from parents, from grandparents, from I was even physically abused by an elementary school principal before I was in school.
Wow, you created that. Wow.
I created that.
You're
Yeah.
powerful.
Yeah. Well, exactly. And the thing is, it went from there to employers and to even to a court judge. All these authority figures. And yeah, I'm really glad that's over, and I'm glad I finally identified that pattern. But man, it took a lot of living to actually notice that and realize what I'd been doing and what I'd been inviting into my life.
The learnings from it. You have the wisdom now from it all.
So now instead, what I'm inviting into my life is all the support I can handle.
Oh, yeah.
and whatever energies the cosmic intelligence wants to send my way. And I really want to be in sync with that. I want to live in sync with all those divine purposes and intentions that are kind of swimming out there in the ether. Because a number of them have my name on them.
Oh yeah.
Already.
Yeah. One of the most profound, one of the most profound learnings. Just a sec, I got a burp. Okay, mute out for that one.
Okay, one of the profound learnings you were saying?
Yeah, one of the most profound learnings that I had last week, or I experienced, was that I used to be a taker, and I took, I took energetically. I would take and take and take and take and take in my ways of being and how I showed up, how I went through the day. And, there's no greater taker than a victim. And so now that I've woken up to that and realized that, I now have the possibility and the opportunity to be a giver now. I get to give today. I get to choose my ways of being. I get to show up in those ways of being. I get to give that to the world. And I get to give by being here with you, by hearing you, by experiencing your experience. I get to give love, support, encouragement in my ways of being. So I now choose that. I choose to give, Greg. And that's the gift today. It's just, I get to give. And I hope I can be a giver and a supportive being in your life moving forward.
Yeah, if I can expand on that a little bit. We're talking about how a number of weeks ago we started talking about this. We're talking about um, how masculine and feminine energies combine together to create offspring, and it's a complete cycle. And the way we've experienced it in our past is only part of the cycle. So you mentioned giving, being able to give like that. And giving is actually the masculine energy side of creating. The feminine energy side of creating is receiving. And it's very important that internally, when we create our reality, that we experience the whole cycle, the giving part of the cycle and the receiving part of the cycle. Because once you put that in motion, it's a dynamic cycle that sustains itself. It's kind of like getting your flywheel running on your car. You know, once you get it in motion, the force of it tends to self-sustain. And so, you know, it's kind of about having a good balance around that. And then once you got that give receive going fast enough, then you can merge that with other people's, and your creation goes ballistic. But first you kind of got to know how that works internally for you.
I'm noticing it now.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it, like I'm witnessing it. It's just flowing.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm giving, and then I've noticed, especially the feminine energies, like in my team.
Yep.
They are receiving what I am giving, and then they
Yep.
give it back like a mirror.
Yes.
And it just fills my cup, and then I give back to them from a place, you know, I give from my heart, and then it fills them up, and then they give it back, and it's this momentum that's building and sustaining itself, like you say, and like the flywheel, and it's
Yep.
flowing now. I finally feel like I'm in the flow of life in this process of giving and receiving.
Yep.
And it feels so natural, like, hey, this is how it was meant to be. And I just missed the boat for 47 years. You know? And now I'm finally like awake to the process, and like I'm seeing it, and I'm just in it now. And the flow is so beautiful.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
experience is so wonderful. Like we're in the sandbox.
Yep.
And
Yep.
we're doing these processes of giving and receiving. Man, you're so insightful, Craig.
It's that simple. Yeah, it's really that simple.
Thank you. That is
Yeah.
so powerful what you just shared. I love it.
So just be aware and notice when that might be out of balance. When that cycle is out of balance.
Like in myself and in others.
Well, yeah, mainly in yourself. Because the thing is, if your flywheel's in balance internally, then you'll notice when it's out of balance in yourself, but also out of balance in your environment too. You know, and other people and that kind of thing.
Because they're mirroring back
Right.
where we're at.
Yeah, you want to be co-creating with other people that are also in balance. You know, that's one of the reasons why it's important to know what your own is, what your own balance is. You know, some people call that your home frequency.
Good morning, Jesse. Good morning, Craig. Good morning, Will. Happy birthday, Craig.
Hey, Heinz, thank you.
Morning, Heinz.
Welcome.
Thanks for joining us.
Have you been on an hour or what?
Yeah,
Or have you just joined?
approximately.
Wow. I thought we were changing time.
Oh, is
It's winter
the time
time.
change coming up, or?
Yep, we did
No,
this.
it's next weekend in North America.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
we did it here.
It used to be this weekend. So many times I had a 25-hour birthday. Yeah. Whenever my birthday was on a Sunday, it was 25 hours.
Awesome.
Except not this year.
Bonus.
Yeah, exactly.
I got on late because we switched time today.
Oh. So I have a 25-hour birthday in Denmark then.
And in Greenland, it would only have been 24 hours. They stopped winter time and summertime.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been talking for a while about getting rid of the time changes here in North America too, which I wish they'd hurry up and do.
Then I got to put in 1 o'clock for my
I was
alarm.
having this deep talk with Will about the masculine, feminine, giving, receiving cycle of creation, of creating anything, and that it's that you keep giving and receiving in balance, and the flywheel keeps going, and creation keeps happening, and offspring.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, and
Awesome.
we're on the west coast of North America, so we're watching the moon set with Jupiter just below it right now. It's still dark here.
Still dark. That's why they should switch time. And you can get a little light.
Yeah.
Cold and rainy in Denmark. Oof.
Well, you still get to choose how you show up today, Heinz. What 3 ways of being do you choose to show up in today? I choose present, joyful, powerful. Greg shared blessing, hope, prosperity.
I had it earlier today. What was the 3 words? One of them was real. And I'm so present I don't remember what I did earlier. Wow. Think,
Present.
McFly, think.
Did you just say present, Heinz?
Yep, I am present. I'm always present, so I rarely think about what I did. I can't even remember what I had for dinner last night, except I know I had pizza because I had it yesterday, and I got a half for, but I really don't think much about the day before or even an hour ago. I remember and it was the second word was real. Real. Was thought it had its own ring to it. In fact, real. It'll come to me. It
Oh, yeah.
always does.
Hey, Jesse, do you have 3 ways of being you're committed to being today? Or what 3 ways of being are you committed to being today?
Not yet. Facilitating presence.
I'll go with open, real, and caring.
Real, caring, beautiful. There you go. Shared that in the chat. Thank you, Heinz. Guys, I'm going to bounce. I'm going to start really getting ready for my presentation and do my best to be present, joyful, and powerful today just by showing up in my heart and connecting. So appreciate you
So
guys.
Will, at the end of it, what is it like?
What does it like?
What is it like when you're complete? What is it? How is it?
Oh, thank you. It just feels wonderful. How can I put it into words?
See it? What do people say? What is it? What is the result of it? What just creates ways of like what happens after it, the next steps.
Yeah, what it feels like is a collaboration of the group, an experience, and it feels like a connected, collaborative experience. And people like I just feel that it resonates in people's hearts, the message that I'm bringing from my heart. And the ones who it resonates with, they just have a desire to connect. And it's what it feels like as I'm building my tribe of my circle of people who connect with me. And it's an interactive, collaborative, connected experience of joy and love and appreciation. And they want to continue in this journey together and this experience. That's what it feels like. Excuse me. That's the dairy.
You know, thank you. Go create it.
Thank you, Jesse.
Have a blessed day.
Thank you, Heinz.
Thank you, Jesse, for suggesting that.
Appreciate you all.
I
Bye.
will.
Big love, Will.
So any good talks today? What did I miss?
We're just facilitating presence. You know? Allison opened that up. I really enjoyed that. So when we're in what is, choosing how we want to be, all we're doing is looking for when we're out of alignment for that.
Hmm.
And knowing that we can go back in any moment, we can go backwards, look at how things were, we could go forwards, and we can be in the moment. It's only those three places we can be.
Hmm.
And how we are in the moment will determine how each of those show up. What's possible, what's limited, what's open.
Yeah.
And we can practice, I call it wisdom, which is through at the end of it, which is just what Will did. So what's it like at the end? Like when it's complete, when our creation is done.
Hmm.
And then we give that energy. And then we look at, well, why can't I have it? What's in the way of it? What am I resisting? What's not flowing? And that's out of alignment. And it could be that it's just as we create it, right? As we imagine it, we say, oh no, we don't know. It could go this way. It could be that way. It could be this. It could be that. It could. Ah, we're just planting seeds along the way.
All the possible possibilities.
Yep. That's all the future is.
Yep.
Now we have to see them. We have to nurture them. We have to find them. We have to plant them. And as we go by them, pick them up and look at them, evaluate and notice them, appreciate them, thankful, grateful for them.
Sort of getting ready to experience the new experiences or the possible experiences.
Mhm. The importance of what we want, what we desire, what are we creating? That's life, that's living, that's our It's what we're here to do.
I actually didn't know that you wouldn't switch time this night. I thought it was a sort of international day.
Well, next week it will be.
So this week it's 1 o'clock. Next week it's 2 o'clock in Denmark.
Yeah, or sometime whenever we change it, it might be. Is it? I don't know. It might only be a week. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, we're screwy. Rest of the world changes, but not us. You know, we got to be special.
It's good to be special. It
Yeah.
makes sure that they don't just say, "Hey, it's normal."
Or something.
I know that beginning of the month it was Australia who switched their clock forward, but because it's time there.
Yeah, that's the one that was the one that lasted longer. That's the one I remember now. I thought it was a couple of weeks that it was screwy. So my three, what am I choosing today? Facilitating presence. Yes, that's one. Wisdom. That's two. Creation. Creating out there the future, bringing in the authenticity of life, the joy, the peace, the power, the purpose, the passion for life. For me, yeah.
Came to think about which time it's actually the original time if they're gonna stop with summer and winter time. Is it summertime or winter time then?
Well, whichever one they stop on.
Yeah, we want them to end up on daylight saving time because it works better for everything.
But I don't think they will because then Denmark and England would have the same time zone. Well, no, now we are 2 hours. They don't.
Yeah,
do,
London would actually be an hour ahead of daylight of GMT, of Greenwich Mean Time.
Oh yeah, now they're 2 hours ahead. In one way. So confusing. That's why they should actually stop it. so people don't have the excuse, hey, I didn't get up because of. Because it's tough when they switch to the other, then it's 1 hour earlier. Oh God. Oh.
Yeah. Mm.
Actually, it's not the time that is changing, it's just our perspective of it.
Mm. Yeah. Just where the earth is at, right?
Yep. And how much light we are having.
Mhm.
And it don't really matter at winter time because it's almost dark anyway, all the time, most of the time, because it's cloudy and the sun ain't that much up. Not in Denmark.
Yeah. Dark early and light late. Afternoon, Ian.
Afternoon, Ian.
Afternoon, morning, everyone.
Hi there. Welcome to Facilitating Presence. How would you explain that to someone? I'd call it internal silence, internal quietness. Because it's not always just completely silent, there's always something in the presence, in the silence. When we first start, there's usually a lot of things. And the best way to observe it is be silent or in silence, especially with people around, like a call like this. We go in silence and we just notice our urges, our impulses. you separate and start to notice what is your mind, what is your mind saying? And what actions are you doing or wanting to do? And presence is about being able to pause those. Like passing clouds, just to observe them and let them pass. And it becomes a skill, a practice, and things get quieter. When a lot of the noise falls away, and what is important and matters rises to the surface. It's like, oh, what is that? And being aware of the silence and the urges. And in our presence, what I've come to notice is that it's either everything deals in time and or charge or emotion, a feeling, meaning thoughts are either from the past or the future, mostly past when we're practicing presence. And those thoughts trigger charges. Positive, negative, and presence can be neutral. Those are two ways that I trigger myself to notice presence, to notice the present moment of neutral and right now. Isn't it true that the only thing we have is right now? And we can, right now, we can change the perception of the past which can change the charge. And we can change the perception of the future. We do that in the presence of the present moment. We only find it going inside. And just like you recall a past memory, you create a future memory. How often do you put energy on future memories in contrast to past memories? Future memories are where we're going. How does that feel? Good. It's positive. We all want positive coming towards us. So positive or neutral in the presence attracts, draws in, aligns to that positive future memory. The problem for most of us, and before aware of this, before facilitating, aware of my presence, I was always looking to the past memory and referencing the negative of it, the scarcity of it, the lack of the current based on the past. And so I just created every future moment from that. Noticing I was always looking backwards, even as a visionary, even as I lived most of the future, it was so trapped, engaged in the scarcity of the past. And in the presence, when you look to the future, you can see how wide open, unlimited it is. How abundant. How abundant the future is.
It's a blank canvas we just can keep on painting on.
Yeah, thanks, Hans. And how do we know what to start putting on that blank canvas?
By being present. Taking our time, not hurrying. Time to dry up so you can see the real colors up. That's sort of like digesting the experience, so you get the full experience from it. Instead of just saying, what's next, what's next, what's next.
You can put whatever you want on that blank canvas. And the best way is just to start putting it down. Starting somewhere is always faster. It's momentum. Some people can worry about starting, right? Just worry about putting that first mark on that canvas. That slows down the creation. Shows a scarcity for all the blank canvases. So the presence, our presence starts in the silence, in the quiet, inside. Practice coming from neutral. Notice the charges from neutral, away from neutral. Notice the time. Am I looking back or am I looking forward? And when we ask, what do I desire? What do I want? That is looking to the future. If we have something coming up, whether we're looking forward to it or not, look at the end. How do I want the end of that? What do I intend for at the end? When that's completed, how do I want it? Then we change the past. We rewrite the future. We become present in the moment. It's all structural. Where we are, where we want to be, where we are, where we're going, where we are, what do we want, where we are, where we're going, where we are, what are we creating? In alignment with what we love, which is a positive charge. Painting on that canvas what we love, what you just love to start with. Not starting with being perfect, getting it right, but starting with what do I want to start with? What do I want to end with? That is facilitating presence.
I actually needed to look up the word facilitate. I still haven't put my finger all on it, what it actually is. Some words I need to study more, I see. Get a deeper understanding of them.
Wow, that's a great example of presence too. It's like, oh, I won't accept, I can no longer accept my automatic understanding. I'm choosing to go deeper. Yay. And one practice around that I enjoy is produce 5 words that are associated, as you hold it, associated with facilitation, facilitator, or facilitation, facilitate.
Creation.
Yeah, that's a newer one for me.
Ooh. Creating presence. Okay, facilitating presence. Creating. Oh. Hmm. It gave a new perspective.
Yes, as we change the words, they do, don't they?
Yeah, as soon as we get something we can resonate with, it suddenly becomes way more clear.
Yeah. And that's why I say 5, because it's those 5, some will resonate more than others, and we can separate them then. It's the power of association.
Mm.
Facilitate means you can lead, right? You can guide, you can demonstrate, you can produce. And all of those creating, to me, just rises above them all. Yet, used in society, we use those other words as facilitator.
Mm-mm. Wow.
And then if you connect that to value, as our perceptions change, so does our perception of value. And value is another one that is rigid and fixed in our world. So again, we can unlock value by saying, oh, what 5 words do we associate with value?
It just keeps going then.
Sure does. That canvas, it's amazing. It's amazing how limited we are in our thinking.
How fixed our pencils actually are.
That's right. How little our canvas is.
Enormous. And we are focusing on that little dot.
And not all the white space.
Yep.
Because the creation is in all the white space. The dot is the past. The dot is what's already been put down.
Yeah. It has been created already.
Mm-hmm.
and it can't even influence the rest of the picture. It will just be a dot in the picture when you're done.
Mm-hmm. The power of presence.
Yeah, it has many different powers.
That's- We only observe them, experience them when we engage with it.
Yeah, put different values to different things. Instead of just saying, oh, that's how it is.
How it is just the past.
And nothing new in that.
Nothing new in that. It's compared to how it is, compared to what it could be. Oh, wow, look at that difference.
Mhm.
It is or could be.
Then you're opening for the expansion. Because there is no limit to what you could make it. All depends on your choices. Then.
Yep.
Ding, ding. How all the words seem to follow up on each other then.
Mhm.
Like creating a piece of music.
It is. Composer is a facilitator.
Mm. He's facilitating notes together.
Mhm. Coordinating actions, passions, and skills, sounds and frequencies.
And being present is focusing on what's next. What sound come after this?
Mhm.
What instrument? Wow.
I'm curious. Last night I was trying to sleep, and I couldn't sleep because I had like so many thoughts coming in from the past. And I had to tell myself, come back into the present moment, come back into the present moment. What do you guys do when thoughts of the past come in? And your mind won't just shut off. It's like, thoughts and thoughts and thoughts and thoughts.
Good question.
Lying in bed for like 2 hours last night, and these thoughts were coming in, and I just had to keep saying, come back into the present moment here, not gone. Come back into the present moment.
Often when I get thoughts like that, it's probably because there's something I need to deal with in the present. So I probably try to mix them a little, mix my own presence into it, and sort of create my own story for a possible future. Not giving the past all the power. I've had a lot of those thoughts sometimes. Whoa. And I don't say it's easy. They've kept me awake many nights also.
Yeah, there's not like one thing works. It's like we have to sometimes play with it, feel it through to figure out like what's the best approach to it. But what I've experienced with it is it's trying to tell me something. It's just information. I'm working to make sense of, well, what do I need to know here? Right? What is the information? And most of the time you'll see it's just a couple of things that are just on replay. Uh, so something that came there is look at the opposites. So it's like if it's telling me this, what's the other side of that? Oh, and just explore it. So explore it as information. What are you trying to tell me? What am I trying to tell myself? Yeah. And then we can look at, oh, what's opposite? Those are the two that opens everything up.
I think I'm just trying at the moment. I'm training myself to, when I think about the past, think about the beautiful memories. Because there's so many beautiful memories as well, like holidays. There's so many beautiful things as well. So training my mind when it goes back to the past to think about the beautiful memories, not the negative ones. But yeah, there is negative in my past, but there's so much beauty as well. There's so many things I have done. So last night when I was lying in bed and the thoughts were coming in, I was just turning it around and thinking about when I was in Cuba, when I've been on holiday, the stuff I have done. when I was in America, thinking about when I was in Central Park. So the nice memories.
I
Even
look
like
for
when I,
Go ahead, Ian.
sorry, I was gonna say like even if I'm thinking about the past and thoughts about people who've been horrible to me coming to my head. Think of all the people who've been nice to me, you know?
Mhm.
There's been so many people that have been loving towards me as well. Just flip it around.
Yep.
Think about the
Yeah.
kindness.
I look for synchronicities, especially if there's something that like a decision I've been working to make, or if I'm in something, I'll try and connect those to like, oh, how could that impact what I've been going through, what I've been experiencing, what I've been working on, right? What I'm committed to. I work that in there too, because it appears as everything is synchronicities. They just don't always are clear how we receive the information. And I look at it as like, is it stressing me out, right? Is it like, what's the charge of it? What feeling is it giving me? And why would I have that? And like when it happens at night, what is it that you want at night? A good night's sleep. Oh, so great. Mind shut down for tonight. Let me sleep on it. Let me sleep. I want good sleep. And then just imagine good sleep. And oof, usually that puts me right to sleep because you are a powerful creator. Restful sleep, deep sleep, whatever you want. So you can try to overlay it in something that's coming up or something that's your decision or, I mean, it's so hard to say because it's like we're becoming detectives of that information.
You're sort of getting stuck in the past.
Mhm. That's our pattern, right? Is to like when those things come up, we attach to them, we get all knotted up and worried about it, and it just festers. But it's really just trying to like work to break through. It's like to get through to relay whatever information's there. We just tend to or take it a certain way.
I don't
And that's
actually
why
worry now. Like I used to worry quite a lot, but now I don't worry because I know if I'm worrying, I'm just sending worry out, and I'm gonna draw more things to me that I need to worry about. So
I
if the more I worry, the more I'm going to draw it to me. Like my friend, I love her so much. She's like one of my best friends, but she's always worrying over every single thing. And I've noticed
Yes.
I'm at her house now. I've been at her house last week. I'm staying at her house for a week. And because she's worrying all the time, the washing machine's broke, the dishwasher's broke, the kitchen flooded, and it's like because you're worrying so much, you're
Yes.
drawing things to worry about, and everything's breaking in your house because you're worrying.
Yes.
I
Yes.
can see
Oh
it.
my. Yes, it is so.
Everything around is breaking in the house. It's like because you're constantly worrying, you're drawing the worry to you. I've been noticing it when I've been with her this week.
Sorry.
And we say there's no way that that can be. So true.
where
It
the-
is so true.
Where the attention goes, the energy flows.
Hello.
Hello.
Well, yeah, I've just noticed this week because she worries so much. Everything in the house is breaking, and it's like because you're worrying about it.
Yeah.
You're creating it yourself.
Yep.
You're creating new things to worry about.
That's it. Like a problem, like solving a problem to solve. When we solve one, what are we going to do? We're going to create another problem to solve. Rather than just saying, well, how do I want it? What do I want it? What do I desire it to be like? And yes, those things are going to happen, but when we approach it completely different than worrying about it, we can't prevent those things from happening. Oh,
All those things will happen because it's part of our experience.
Mhm.
We get to experience it. But as we give it energy, we get to experience it twice, 3 times, 4 times, or how many times you're worried about it also.
yeah.
Well, being at my friend this week because I've been at her house all week, it's actually teaching me that I am the predominant creator now because, like, I'm the predominant creator of my life and she's the predominant creator of hers. She can worry all she wants, but it's not going to affect me because I'm the predominant creator. I can't control her. So she taught me that I am the predominant creator and I'm allowing her to be the predominant creator in her life.
Yes.
And I said to her, "Do you want to do this work?" And she said no. So there's nothing I can
Mhm.
do. So I'll leave her to it. I'll love her still. She's my friend,
Mhm.
but she's the dominant creator in her life. So
Yep. Oh man, yep. It's one of the toughest lessons I had to learn was when I saw how much space it was for me, how much it changed for me, and I could see the patterns in other people who didn't want to see it.
and I said to her, "Do you want to do this work?" She doesn't believe in me code and stuff. So okay,
Yep. Yep.
that's your choice.
Yep. I lost, so-called friends, many of them. They want to, it's like, no, they're going to do something else with it. It's like, okay, best I saw is like keep playing the way they were playing. Keep solving problems. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing this week. I've just been staying in my own little bubble and like you can solve all the problems you want, but I'm in the creative structure.
That's right. Because if you solve all your problems, you're not guaranteed to have what you want. Because you're just going to have another problem.
I've really been noticing it this week. Like really been noticing it.
Yeah.
Because I've been around
Good.
other people solving the problem
It
solving
is.
structure.
It is. Yeah, it's great to see it. It's easier to see it in other people.
Sometimes the problem may even be, what do I do now? I've
It
solved
is.
everything. What do I do?
Yep. And what we tend to do is create a problem because we are powerful creators. So we'll create a problem so that we go solve it.
Running the
Yeah.
hamster wheel.
Yeah, it's the same with worry, right? I'm so used to worrying, I can't feel settled, I can't feel comfortable, so I've got to find something to worry about. It's an addiction. It's our addiction to it.
Yeah.
Instead of worrying, I find gratitude now.
Yes, it's the opposite of it. Yeah. A powerful structure, Ian. You are learning, you are relearning and training yourself to be in a creative, which is a always powerful more a structure.
Yeah, I'm really starting to feel this work now. The structure changing. After 5 months of doing it constantly, I'm starting to feel it now.
Yeah,
Starting to
right.
see it.
And that's why nobody like it takes time. And everybody thinks that, well, I do it once, it's going to change. And it's like, well, yeah, it does, but not the way you expect it.
Everybody
It's
wants to
taken
make
around 5 months.
Mhm.
Slowly, I've started noticing because
Yeah.
I've kept on doing it. I kept on doing it and kept on doing it.
And you'll hit plateaus.
Hi, morning.
If you had food,
Pardon?
you'd be more popular if you had food.
Oh, beautiful dogs.
The ball. Quick ball.
It's so funny.
how we sabotage ourselves.
We'll hold on to the same old pattern.
We want the magic pill and we don't realize we are it ourselves.
That's it.
It's us, it's the man in the mirror.
Yep.
He just needs to do something about it. Change perspective.
Yep.
And not just for a like Ian said, 5 months and it's starting to take a hold. And if you look back the 5 months, you realize, whoa, I've moved a lot. But when you look at yourself each day, oh, nothing has changed since yesterday. Nothing has changed since yesterday. That's the program.
I've noticed
When,
my behaviors and everything. Like my behaviors have changed. Yeah, my thoughts are changing. Everything.
yep. Same here. But it just happens so slow we don't see it daily. But when we look back week or a month and then, wow, I've really changed.
Yep. And it's like you'll have one breakthrough, right? So it's like as I worked on the core four, Ian. It's like my first one was had a huge breakthrough in loving myself, right? So love myself, and then it became a powerful creator, you know, and then it would come into health and vitality, and then the living true nature and purpose, right? It was like each one kind of had a different breakthrough through time, and then it would start all over again, deeper breakthroughs.
Yeah. I'm noticing it even with my health and vitality, like noticing what I can do, not what I can't do. I can walk, I can talk, I'm in the park right now, I can breathe, heartbeat, whereas before it would be what I can't do. I've noticed a shift.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's so much I can do.
Ah, it is. It is. And it's just that what it's that could versus can't. What am I avoiding? Right? Part of the worry is avoiding all of these things. That's what we're worried about, is avoiding these things happening. It's like, so we're putting all our energy on those things happening. Think of all the things we don't want to happen to us, right? It's like, oh, all we're doing is giving that energy. All we're doing is giving that a place to show up. Not even focusing on just a few things that we do want, because we can only focus, like, there's only so much energy. We can distribute it over all the things we don't want to happen to us, or distribute it into the things we do want to happen. I'm going to take that one all day long.
That's why they say reclaiming our own power instead of giving it away to stuff we don't want. That's nothing to do with us in a positive way.
Yeah. Yep.
Mhm.
And there's all sorts of structures out there to tell us that they can fix us.
Just give me the power. I'll fix
Exactly.
you.
Yep.
I'm still in the fixing a bit, but I notice it now. Like I notice it straight away. Like going to do a recode, it's like, am I doing that to fix myself? Oh, right, okay. I notice it. Am I doing that to create, or I'm doing it to fix something, and then I don't do it then.
Yep. Yeah. You're becoming aware of what your dominant pattern was, which all of us are. It's like, oh yeah, we wanted it to fix it, and it's so deep. It's so deep in our, so deep. That's why everyone can benefit from it for the most part. I mean, 99.9% of the people I talk to, right, are in a problem solving orientation, but it's very obvious when you come across someone in a creative orientation.
Oh.
Come on. Always looking for food. Go on. Go, Ralphie.
Ralphie, that's the same name as my big brother's dog. It's just Ralph. But he always says, Ralphie, come away.
Yeah, I'm in the park, so there's loads of dogs. I haven't got any food, mate.
Are you allowed to feed the ducks anymore? We're not allowed here in Aalborg anymore.
Ducks or dogs?
Ducks?
Yeah, I can feed the ducks. Just I don't feed them bread because it's not good for them, so seeds.
Out here, they've written signs that please don't feed the ducks and birds because it will the food they don't eat will attract rats and mice. I rarely see a rat or a mice swimming unless it has to.
Well, guys, I need to move on. Thank you for this morning. Great to be with you. Thanks for
Have
the
a blessed
question,
day
Ian.
and
Much love.
Yes.
have a blessed
Just
day,
have a
and thanks for the insight on the 5 words.
Have a
I
beautiful day.
never thought about it that way, to just break it down, break it down, break it down. And you'll get something new each time you do it.
Yeah. You're welcome.
More. Thank you. Have a pleasant day, Ian. Have a pleasant day, Jesse. Bye.